Hello guys, and how you all doing? This is this video is just meant to show you guys how to take a trade if you belong to a signal group. It's just a brief video, explaining the basic concepts of taking a trade if you receive a buy or sell order from a signal group. First of all, before I, get down to business, I would suggest that if you do not know anything about trading, the best thing to do is to go and get some basic knowledge about trading, especially trading the futures market, because as I always say, it's a cutthroat market, and if you do not know what you're doing trading, you could lose your money fast. So the first thing you got to do is go get some trading knowledge. Get the basics of trading. You got to learn the basics of trading before getting involved in this market. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not, you know, you're gonna lose your money too fast. You wouldn't even know it. So I strongly advise that you go get some trading knowledge before delving into trading any asset whatsoever. So moving forward, let's say you now belong to a signal group and they give you a signal to buy or sell an asset. You would see something like long an asset at a particular price, and your stop loss is given, and a take profit target is given, or short a particular asset as the case may be. So in this case, long means buy. So when you see it, when you get a signal that says long, say an asset, say BTC USDT, it means buy BTC USDT. And then short means sell. Short means, as you can see from my chart, you have open long and open short. Open long means buy. Open short means sell. So that's what that means. Now the next parameter you're gonna hear is probably market order, or MO. If you are told, if you're given a signal to buy an asset or sell an asset at the market order, it means execute that trade at the current market price. And you can do that by coming to this section on your app, on your trading app. In this case, I'm using Bybit. And yeah, I'm not affiliated with Bybit or nothing of the sort. So I just use Bybit because it's kind of the only crypto, it's the only exchange not banned in my country. So that's why I'm using Bybit. So you can't, if you get a market order to buy or sell an asset, you have to come to this place in your charts. Click here. If you don't already have market order picked out or selected, you choose market order. And of course, if you execute this trade by going long or short, the trade will be executed right now, in just right now, you get immediately. So that's how you execute a market order when you receive a signal. Of course, before doing all of this, you have to manage your risks by making sure your leverage, the right leverage setup is selected, and you have the right leverage that's more, that you're more comfortable with in terms of what your risk appetite is. So these are some of the basics you need to know before delving into trading. You need to know how to use leverage, to manage your risk and ensure that you are not over leveraged in the trade, because like I said before, if you're not very conversant with these features, you could lose your money real fast. So you got to, like, go back to the basics, like what I said in the first instance. Learn the basics of trading before delving into futures trading. There are a lot of videos out there on YouTube on how you can, trade. If you could consider this as one of the basics too, but if you want a more in-depth video about how to trade, I can do, a more in-depth video about the basics, candlesticks and what have you, you get. But this video is just how to execute a trade on the futures market. So the next thing you would likely see if you receive a signal from a signals group is SL. SL means stop loss, is the abbreviation for stop loss. So if you see SL, it means your stop loss. The next thing you're gonna see is take profit. If you see take profit, that means, TP. If you see TP, that means take profit. And then sometimes you see TP1, TP2, TP3, which just, are just different target areas, in which you should take your profit. But ultimately, TP means take profit. So you're gonna see, the next thing you're gonna see is a limit order. You could get a limit long order or a limit short order. A limit long order is an order that would activate when the price dips below the current market price. So if you say the price is Bitcoin current price now, as you can see, is 58,560.40. If you get a limit order to buy BTC, to long BTC, in this case buy BTC USDT at say 58,300 or 58,200, it means you want that order to fill you in when the price dips to that level. And so how do you activate a limit order? You got to come to your trading app. In this case, and you're on the derivatives, that's the futures market, and then you're going to go to this place, this very section here, and then you're going to choose that, and then you're going to choose limits. And when you choose limits, it now shows limit. Now you're not told to fill in your order price. Now this is where you put the price you were given in the signal, in the trade signal. So when you are given a limit order, you have to choose, go to this section and choose limit, and then put that price you're given. So in this case, it will be 58,200, because we want the market to drop from where it is right now to 58,200 in order to fill us into that trade. Of course, you're going to go ahead and enter the quantity of BTC or USDT you're willing to stake in that trade. And then you would have been given your SL and TP targets, which means your stop loss and take profit targets. So you would enter those values by clicking this plus button here. Okay, it's telling me I got to enter a contract. So let me just say 58,200, and then I'm going to say 0.01. Then I'm going to say take profit and stop loss. So you see, this is your take profit target. So you can just put any value, maybe the first value you're given, and then your stop loss, this is where you put it, and of course you will see how much you will lose. So if I say my take profit is 59,000, you can see I'm going to make 8 USDT and a profit of 96.21% if the trade idea works in my favor. And then if I say my stop loss is 59,000, sorry, 58,000 rather, 8,000, you see I'm going to lose 2 USDT and a loss of minus 24, a loss of 24.05% if my stop loss gets tagged. So this is basically how you enter a trade. You enter the stop loss you're given here, and you will see how much you're going to lose in that trade, and you enter your take profit here, and you're going to see how much you're going to make if that trade goes well. So these values can help you manage your risk. So if $2 is too much for you to lose on the trade, you can come and adjust your position, the amount, the quantity, or more or less your position size here by, maybe in this case I did 0.01, so I'm going to do 0.001 in this case. So if I do that and I come back to adjust my stop loss and take profit, if I put my stop loss here to be 58,000, you see my loss has now reduced to a far smaller number of 0.2 USDT. So basically this is just more or less, you adjust this basically according to your risk appetite, so that's basically how you do it. Okay, so guys, once again, in summary, when you get a signal to go long or go short on an asset, it basically means buy the asset if you get a signal to go long, and it means sell the asset if you get a signal to go short. And then your stop loss value is entered and take profit value is entered using this small square here. And then if it's a limit order, you adjust that feature here. If it's a market order, you adjust it here. And then after making sure you've filled out all the parameters correctly, remember to open long if you're buying, or open short if you're selling. If it's a limit order to go long, after changing this to a limit order and filling your stop loss and take profit value, you got to come back and click or punch this button here. You got to click this button here to go long. And since it's a limit order, it's an order that is set to activate at a later date, so it would show here as an order. It wouldn't activate immediately. If it's a market order, it will execute immediately. And the same thing goes for a limit short order. A limit short order is an order that is supposed to activate if the price prices goes higher than the current market price. So if you receive a limit short order, it means you want your order to be filled when the price goes higher than where it is currently. So just a, more or less a direct opposite of what you have with the limit long order. A limit short order would activate when the market goes higher than the current market price. So in this case, supposing I have a signal to sell a limit short order to sell this asset BTC USDT at say 59,000, it means I'm going to come here, I'm going to and make sure I have limit order selected. I'm going to choose 59,000. I'm going to enter the quantity. Of course, the quantity is more or less according to your risk appetite. So in this case, I'm going to say 0.01. And then, of course, you see how much money you're going to be risking on that trade if you go 0.01. And then I'm going to come here once again like before, put my stop loss. In this case, they'll give you a stop loss higher than your entry, your proposed entry point. In this case, your stop loss could be 59,200. And then, no. The limit order was 59,000. So it's a short order, right? Sorry guys, it's a short order. I have long selected here, not short. So in this case, you're going to adjust this to short. You're going to make this short, right? Because it's a limit short order, which means you want to sell at a particular price. Now my stop loss will now be 59,200, and I'm going to lose $2 if my stop loss gets tagged, guys. So that's how you enter a limit short order. Okay, so your take profit could be 58,000 or 57,000. So let's just say, supposing the take profit is given as 57,000, what I'm going to have is 57,000 here. Sorry, 57,123. Okay, so supposing that such a trade goes in my favor, I'm going to be risking $2 and I'm going to be making $20. So basically, this is how you take a trade if you're given a signal from a signals group. Okay, so guys, just to cap off, I would strongly recommend that you learn the basics of trading before trading the futures market. You don't just come on to a signals group to tell you buy and then you buy. It helps. Of course, you could do that. I mean, you could do that if you want, but it's better. It helps a whole lot more if you can pick up on your own. You can take the time out to study trading. You got to learn the basics of trading. You got to learn the very, very basics of trading. So you're not just a total noob when it comes to trading. Like, you don't just get a signal and then you just delve right in and take the trade. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know where you are in the market and so on and so forth. So before you get into futures trading, learn how to trade. Learn how to trade, guys. Just learn the few basics of trading, and then of course you could rely on signals immediately if you're not too good at technical analysis and the likes. But of course you got to know the basics before getting into trading. I hope this video has been helpful to some of you guys out there who might have questions about some of the things I've discussed here. Of course, I'm going to put out more and more content about trading, so you can those guys who are new to this to this trade, to this how do you call it? I like to call it a business here because you're risking money, so it's a business. So if you're new to this business of trading, I'm gonna have a couple of basic videos out there that can guide you on how to navigate the trading apps and whatever. I have a video on how to check liquidation positions and so on, so you can check that out as well. And yeah, I know that never in the history of YouTube videos have people followed or liked the video just because the person that put out the content asked. So I'm not going to ask for it, but if this video has been helpful, give me a shout out, and yeah, of course, I'm going to appreciate that. Okay guys, stay safe out there and have a lovely week ahead.